a dash to be sent around the area. So yeah, those two like
real
perfectly
quick.
fine. Yeah.
So we rolled a 23, and that is a roll 1d6 plus 1 for pay. What is that?
That is that's
Is that what we should have done, or is it 1,000 for anything above 20? I just wanted clarification.
yes, this is it would be 1,000 plus the 1d6 plus 1.
Gotcha. Okay.
So you can roll that if that's going to change your mind.
I don't think it is. I'm just asking clarification on the.
Yeah, and that's just base payment. So then how you do the job can add other bonuses to that. So so those two jobs, like it's people reaching out. There's other mercenary groups that are going to be able to do this. Specifically, a lot of you are a very small mercenary group. There is one out of the Menagerie Coast called the Golden Grin. I think that is a huge mercenary group that's existed for a long time.
Can I suggest that maybe what we do is send everyone except for 2, and we take the lower paying job in addition to the Dia stock job. That way we can get our name out there.
Okay. So you just want to take 2 of the members of one of them to do the lower paying job?
One from each group, maybe?
Yeah, maybe one from each group. Let's see. Okay. We got Echo Knight, Wizard, Druid, Monk.
Do the send them along with some icebreakers too?
Here's
favorite type of cheese, favorite non-cheese.
Give them those conversation cards, when you're on the road and you need here's conversation starters. Do any of these people look like they're not getting along?
I would say I built the job mechanics, I haven't built the relationship mechanics of a Persona game yet. Now,
how about we send Friendly Featherfoot and Tender.
Yeah, I would say probably of that, what you would know is if you sent they're actually twins, the Swift Needles, Thimble and Wexley, they're gonna go together no matter what. So if you wanted to send you have to choose someone other than them. They're kind of inseparable. I think I wrote more about these people, but I don't know. I actually have a lot of.
May have been a mistake.
I actually have a lot of backstory for all of the outcasts because I wrote them just as pre-gen characters for a one-shot that I did, so that everyone didn't have to come up with a story. They actually have a lot of stuff. I can post those later. But
so we have an option to send just the Swift Needles to the or to pick two people, one from each. I think that sounds fun.
Paul Smith and Barty. No, just do it whatever you want. It's not a big deal.
Okay, just imagine we send. It doesn't matter.
Okay, yeah. I'll just say you said one from each. You send the Echo Knight and so Tender and we'll say Paul Smith, so Magic and Fighter to go. Tender's used to working with a Magic user. They are kind of one themselves and also have been kind of the original guard for Sif Thalis back when they were an emissary from Jorhas. So they give a thumbs up. So we'll roll for them first. Since there's only 2 of them, it's just going to be a flat D20 plus 1. Well, actually, yeah, flat D20 plus 1.
Just for the lower paying
No,
job?
this would be, we'll say a D20 plus 2. So because you normally get your D20 plus your team bonus, which the teams as themselves have different bonuses, and then your organization bonus, which is currently a plus 1 because you're new. So 14. Yep. So with a 14, the job is a fine job. You get full pay and it's on time. So add 100 gold to your the coffers. Well, it's actually 90 gold because the gentleman takes his cut, their cut. So add 90 gold to your all this money, unless you say you're going to drive it out, is just going into that pot. So someone needs to be the banker.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and add another spreadsheet to our spreadsheet.
I feel like this is the most mechanics we've ever done in this game.
What? I'm not saying I want to do this, but I'm saying if you do that to us mechanically, you say, oh, well, I'm going to take the gentleman's cut off the top. Wouldn't we get paid at the job and then have to send that money to the gentleman? So theoretically, we could choose not to send that money to the gentleman if we so wanted.
Theoretically, you can embezzle from your shareholders. But
just asking.
The gentleman also runs an underground network of people, and your banker and your the person that would be doing that embezzling is Felix's dad.
That's why I just was asking more for future reference. This is not a today question.
This reads like a future adventure where we war with the gentleman.
Yeah.
We only have a couple of mercenary groups right now. I've only started my army of zealots with one, so we need some more people first. But it was just future ideas.
Yes. Oh, and you would also know about the outcasts. Just they are an adventuring group out of Barrelbin, and a lot of their work has been more on the shadier underground side. They've been out of Barrelbin because they kind of had to hide for this, that, or the other reason. So, with that though, okay, so if you have that, then the next would be the Dia stock job, which is going to take a couple weeks. No matter like getting there is going to take a couple days, and then it's going to be some strong arming, some just kind of making sure that the person being sent down to run things now that Giannis is gone is installed without error, because it's going to be a new person. There's other people there that might not like it. So it's that there might be some subterfuge, there might be some different things like that. But you're sending 6 people down there. So you're going to get the full, I'm going to say you're going to get a +6, so a +7 on this roll. 4 for the outsiders, since 1 was taken away, and 2 from the farm hands, since 1 was taken away. Normally they get a +5 and +3 individually. So someone different. We've had Carrick roll, we've had Felix roll, someone roll for this job.
Good. It's a D20.
A D20 +7.
D20. All right.
18. +7.
Oh,
so 25. 25. This is a phenomenal job. like everything goes as smoothly as you could have even thought. In fact, because it was going so smoothly, there was some like almost downtime to kind of explore the area. It's down in Deastock where you guys had gone through the woods and that. You had kind of told them about some of the stuff you encountered in the woods, and maybe it could be checked out if they have time, and so they are able to do that. I will say, so you get 1.5 times pay, so 2,500 times 1.5, so an extra 1250. Take off whatever. What's that total? 3650. So take off 365 gold. And then you can choose these things. Is it a faster job? You get a reputation bonus. Do you find some items? I wrote faster twice. So that's kind of like your 3, you get a bonus for this.
We should take the reputation, right?
I think we should take the reputation.
Reputation is going to go up.
And this feels like what is this game? I've played this video game before where you pick reputation or money.
A lot of this is kind of, I realized, based off of Metal Gear Solid 5, where you run the Diamond Dogs. I didn't realize that I was pretty much writing the exact mechanics for that, but that was also, I played that game 6 years ago. So yeah, that kind of ends your jobs. Things are going swimmingly. I would say because you chose reputation, probably on your next roll, depending on how many days go by in this session, those 5 people might not be available to do the next job. That's kind of you can take longer jobs, but that resources. But without a doubt, you have the 2 back from the guarding the party. So I don't have full mechanics for this. Let's also talk about your business. First, the keep, as long as money exists, everyone is happy. You can make improvements to the place, but it'll cost, obviously. The creamery, just how things are right now, you can make 1 pound of cheese a day, like just instantly, using your fermentation container and the alchemy jug. That leaves an extra gallon of milk. You have supplies to try out different types of cheeses and things. During this time, Tiburon, through Giannis, does reach out to you that he can possibly work on creating another fermentation jug, like enchanting one, since he has that and has the help of this other dragonborn wizard ghost. But he would need time and money. You probably will need to have a storage area for a cold place to store your cheese. So there's that. Like, you have your little pantry, but that can only hold so much. Yeah. And with that, every day you roll a d20 plus 3. For the quality of the cheese made in your fermentation jug. This is there are possible bonuses if you can give me actual cheese facts or what you're trying to do with this cheese, and the quality of the cheese will affect its cost and notoriety. probably right now, a pound of cheese is probably going for 1 gold. Of like just your basic ass cheese.
We're gonna need to figure out how to mold some of this cheese as well.
Yeah, I think let's find a cave, right? Cave aged stuff.
I mean, I'm fine with like making someone build, like we can hire someone to build us a cave if we need to. But where's that hole in the woods?
Yeah, you about a mile away, you have an old keep that you could turn, or an old crypt that you could turn into your cheese house.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. So doing that, I'm gonna say probably all the provisions you would need to do that is probably going to cost about 100 gold to get that set up safe and that. But you have a very good cheese house. Probably just in that front room, the one with the 2 doors and the like whispering hole. Probably don't like you could go explore more, but I don't know how good it'd be. There was a weird mold that actually like hurt you in one of the rooms that you burnt away, but you have that. So like 100 gold, you have a good cheese house going that's about a mile away. Easy enough for your guards to go and take your cheese slowly over there. Also, as far as mold goes, Barty, the druid, is a spore druid. So there is tons of mold that can be available to you.
Yeah, I think we should. I think this is our R&D phase on.
Hey, what's the status of Spuds? Did we send a message to him? I forget.
Yes, he is on his way, but
okay, sick.
He's not a guy. I totally forgot about Spuds. I know that he's on his way, but he's not the fastest dude, and he's coming from Hupperduke.
Yeah.
He's buttoning things up, but Spuds you do know is on his way.
Our specialty is gonna be cheesy potatoes.
My notes have. No, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say prepackaged cheesy potatoes.
Jacket potatoes with cheddar.
My notes are failing me. My quartermaster Bahamut follower.
Hammond Bruce.
Okay, Hammond. Okay, I did have that somewhere.
Hammond. Okay. So with that, we're gonna say that this starts probably the first week, or let's say this is 5 days. You have 5 days of cheese making, so roll 5d20 or 5d20 plus 3. So d20 plus 3 5 times. I'll be right back.
This is one of those things where we're just gonna need a little button. So when you find some time, make a little button.
Yeah, I will. Cheese macro.
All right.
That is a good idea, though.
Probably, you're up.
We could maybe macro the jobs too. Just 1d20 plus 2?
1d20 plus 5 is what he said? Or what? I can't remember. It was 1d20 5 times.
That's 5d20. Clicked that wrong.
That's fine, because now we can just add...
Gonna keep throwing numbers out there. Woof. I don't like that one. Didn't I tell Hammond to find like a second little friend that was also a follower in Bahamut? I think I did. I'll have to follow up on that. No, I'm not building an army of zealots. Don't ask me.
You're just doing that on the side as we're building a cheese conglomerate. Secretly building an army.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm going to use it for, but you know, can't hurt to have an army.
I feel like I've read this book before.
I feel like this whole thing, either both sides, either the mercenaries or then whatever I could build this into. It's like, yeah, we could just have funsies with it, or you could just like take a town or like a region. Might be cool. I'm also just fully anticipating the Empire to be like, you did join our army. Be like, oh yeah, come stop us.
Yeah, it's weird. Do you think at least the food line would have gotten faster, TJ?
Yeah. If they're not filling drinks for you anymore, the food line should have gotten faster, but it didn't.
Yeah, I assume that's why they did it. Like, that seems logical, but yeah.
And you would also think that as wide as those drink machines are, like it shouldn't just be one person at a time filling when you're filling your own, but should go fairly quickly. Like it shouldn't back up, but that doesn't seem to be what's happening.
Yeah, no, I get the logic of what they did. It just doesn't seem to work.
Well, I also think that tomorrow or yesterday was maybe more of an exception than a rule because everyone was refilling their water constantly because it was so hot.
But yeah, the water refills was bad, but that was to be expected at a 90+ degree game in the middle of the day.
Yeah, but the soda line was bad even at the SUU game, and that wasn't that crazy of a crowd.
I always go to the nut line and just get a bottle. There are 4 people in that line ever.
Yeah.
It's the best kept secret. Shh.
Yeah, that didn't get broadcast on the internet or anything. No one will see, but it's fine.
It is on the internet, but
2 people just learned.
Okay. So we need 4 more of those. So this first cheese sucks ass.
Oh wait, hang on. How much were we adding?
Plus 5.
So we were rolling 5,
Oh.
5. So TJ rolled 5, but we didn't add any modifiers. So I'm asking, like, why don't we just add?
Oh, there we go. I see that. I didn't see the other.
So we had a 21, a 23, 7, an 18, and 13.
Yeah. So I would say you have like some great individual cheeses. One really bad one. Someone goofed up on that. I just saw the 2 other D20 rolls, so that I was confused.
We
But
too
overall,
were confused.
So you kind of like at this point over these first 5 days have almost like created a range of qualities. So like you have your consumer cheese, your commodity cheese, all the way up to your fancy cheese.
I think this one, since we're doing a cave age, we're just trying to select the strain of mold, the right mold.
Yeah.
We're going to cultivate. We're not selling the good ones. We're saving these for cultivation for later.
Yes, and again, like each of these is just a pound. I know a pound sounds like a lot. A pound of cheese is not that much cheese.
I think How much milk does the thing create?
2 gallons of milk.
So that's like a dwarf.
It's a gallon of milk to a pound of cheese is what is our.
This is one of the most like inefficient ways to get milk. So I think we should get some actual cows too eventually, because those are kind of good at doing it.
Yeah, you do have stables. You have the ability, but that's just a. You guys can write all this stuff down. You guys can always interact with Giannis, who's kind of your de facto person. So anything that you want to do, you can use the capital you have to do it, and I will figure out how that affects things.
We're gonna need to ramp up production. So we need him to source another fermentation jar.
Yeah. So which you can. It is a easy enough enchantment that it'll take a bit for Tiburon to do it, but given like we'll roll for him, but he's gonna probably need I guess we'll roll for him to see how much time and money he needs. Or at a much bigger premium, you could get one enchant for you in Zadash from the Invulnerable Vagrant, but it'll be probably triple the price.
Is there a difference? I mean, besides the time it takes,
it would be time.
Yeah, we could wait. Like we're not chomping at the bit. We're trying to perfect our cheese first. So
yeah. This is perfect your cheese, then ramp up production. So yeah,
we need to be able to experiment. So we need more experimentation jars.
So for Tiburon, I'm going to need a D20 plus his Arcana, which would probably be +6 with advantage because he has the help of the ghost dragon. And this will determine time and money to create a second one.
So here's the first one. Here's the second one.
Okay, a 24. He's actually probably going to be able to get it done within a week and a half. All right, so I'll give you that. With a 24, it's so good. You can either do half time or half time. You can pick.
Half time.
Can we do half time or can we do increased capacity?
Oh yeah, increased capacity would be better.
Okay, increased capacity. Okay,
we're gonna end up with like human size like fermenters, and we're just gonna be like our enemies throwing into fermenters and somehow.
Yeah, so I would say you can get increased capacity on this, but it does not get as big of a bonus. its bonus is only +2. But I will say it can make triple the amount.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan.
So yeah, this is much more of the I can make bulk. It might not be as good. This is the
Oh
Bud
man,
Light.
okay.
This is the Bud Light fermenter.
Do that for our non-specialty cheeses. This is like
Yeah.
our common, like not American cheese, but your everyday cheddar, not the cheddar that you put on a cheese plate.
We don't need
exactly
as subtleties to go with the potatoes.
So at this point now, I'll write it down as well. I have to write it into my notes of because this is something that we'll do every day. You now, instead of rolling 1d20 plus 5, you roll 1d20 plus 5 for 1 pound. And 1d20
specifically for daddy
plus 3 or plus did I say plus 2 for 3 pounds. However, and I'll say 24 is such a good roll. Tiburon crushed it on this. If he had gotten a 25, it would have been even better, but that uses your 2 gallons of milk. So from where you're at right now, there is no more milk provided for you. You could create another fermentation tank, but you could not do. You wouldn't have the milk to do it. I like thinking of this. It's almost like your real-time strategy games where like you have wood, gold, stone. Like your cheese resource is just milk. Milk, wood, stone. It's just a very funny way of thinking about creating food. So,
this is the most insane thing that we're doing right now.
This is wild.
I'm doing just a one-off game for my family, and just to play it once. But I'm 3D printing a bunch of stuff for it, just for 2 rooms. I've been printing for like 2 weeks straight. I'm just like picturing like if our nonsense was like we were printing everything for it, it'd just be like
Carol Hall would be a month of it running nonstop. Yeah, because all of you guys are all within like 20 miles of each other now, aren't you, Chris?
Yep. Yeah, we're like 40 minutes at most. Yeah.
40 minutes at most. Yeah, because I forgot that your brother had moved back there a while ago. Cool.
Yeah. So I basically force them into it, but whatever. They'll love it.
Hey, I did it my 30th birthday, 31st birthday. I forced a lot of people to play D&D with me. I cooked for them. Okay. Ooh. Okay, I think that finishes everything, unless there's anything else you want to do for the business. But you now have a second fermentation jug, and this is all happening. All of this is coalescing into the end of your downtime while you're waiting for Yinra to meet, who is going to meet you at the Song and Supper Inn.
If we didn't invite her here, what were we thinking?
You weren't, apparently, because I can't believe it either. Yeah, she'd been saying. What? Go ahead.
I was thinking I was just gonna chat with Hammond because we had that little crypt, but we don't care about like dead people we don't know. So I was thinking of making it like a little Bahamut shrine room. So I checked with Hammond about seeing if we could source like a stone statue and start whatever we need to do to like make our own little.
Yeah.
How much
go ahead.
I was just gonna ask you how much the jar cost.
Oh,
Before you go down that path, the Bahamut statue.
If you wanted speed on time, I will say sourcing, getting everything, coming back and forth. I will say it cost 750 gold pieces.
750. Okay.
Which let me just double check. I need to make sure that it's not a rare item because it would be much more if that was the case. I'm pretty sure it's just a.
Sorry for stepping on your toes, TJ.
Oh, you're good. No, shouldn't miss things like that.
Gotta keep our budget together.
No, it is uncommon, so I'll actually it'll be 650.
Okay, cool. The most rudimentary fucking accounting spreadsheet of all time.
we have a friend, Emmy, who works for or used to work for Goldman, and they had we're doing the budgeting for a bachelorette party, and she sent out this accounting spreadsheet that I'm like, can I just steal this? Like, it's like perfectly like breaking down by person, by like you could enter in like what like percentages, like this person's the maid of honor and they're willing to pay for these. Like this is the most amazing spreadsheet I've ever seen. Second most. The most amazing spreadsheet I ever saw was the that actuarial one we had to turn into software.
Yep.
It sucks.
Like spreadsheets are only used to like 1% of their capabilities for most people. So when someone breaks out a spreadsheet that actually knows what they're doing, it's mind-boggling.
They use 2% of the capabilities, and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
No,
Genius.
The entire world could run on Excel, I'm pretty sure.
Half of my business, like the business that I'm in currently, my company still is using Google
Runs on
Sheets for a lot of
you run on Excel and cron jobs.
Yeah. For a lot of stuff we do.
The amount of cron jobs that you send over is astounding to me.
I don't even want to think. No, I gotta go see how many we have. I'm gonna go find out. Not important, but
Cron jobs, the worst syntax on the planet. Anyways, so I think that's all done.
1900. We have 1900 cron jobs.
I guess what it's each one would be for your different vendors, for payment processing, for
We got.
yeah. I'm just thinking, that makes sense.
Yeah, like everything we do is quantified into
job.
candy.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay. So yeah, so Yinra's gonna meet you and Zadash as she reaches.
Well, no, hang on. The
I was gonna
thing.
do a statue, and it's not like a rush. So I mean, it's like we'll just start.
Oh, no.
What do we need to plan that out?
How nice do you want it to be? Like, it's just a stone statue and things like that, or
just starting kind of simple, so not super fancy.
Okay, so let's just say 50 gold. We'll get you like kind of a statue, and I would say so. You have the actual church, or there's the crypt that you're.
Oh, true.
About.
Yeah, there's the actual church room. Yeah.
One, you would think like maybe if you looked at it, tearing down anything in that actual like church thing would probably be very bad.
Yeah.
It is this place is kind of a gift from the matron of ravens, which is fine with other gods, but maybe just don't take down the main one. So
yeah, it wasn't gonna. Yeah, and I mean, even if we, just practically need to reappropriate it for barracksing and stuff makes more sense than that.
Yes. So 50 gold pieces.
Okay.
You are able to get a nice statue commission that your guards go up and pick up probably in the next week or two, and kind of can set it up. Hammond is, has the ability to, and has some connections to even like have someone from Zadash come down and kind of consecrate it and do that. But that's going to be over the course of some time.
Yep. Sounds good.
But yeah, you have a little shrine being built up in your crypt.
The last thing
Which now, well, go ahead.
Felix has the card, is that right?
Yes.
And it's like sewed in, right? Like you got a little pouch for it. Yeah, cool.
I say, can we make photocopies and laminate them?
No,
should we make membership cards?
No, it's
we can
like
do that. Let's do that on our next downtime of like official Daddy's Daggers.
No,
Founding members /
You do have your emblems. The 4 cheese knives touching each other. The gentleman as like a show of good faith makes like 50 of them and gives them to you, and they're just made out of like brass, so they look nice, or it's almost like an orangish brass, so it kind of looks like cheese, just as like kind of like a slight like teasing you because of this ridiculous name. but yeah, you have about 50 of these emblems that can be used as like calling cards, can be used as just kind of badges that everyone has to wear.
Yeah, I definitely put one on my breastplate, like as a captain's badge, like a football player, just in there.
Oh yeah, there are 4 nicer ones that are actually made of gold that you each get. Man, who would imagine 4 years later this is where we'd be? Almost 5. No, almost 4. Something like that. Okay, yeah, so now that we're done with all of the pre-game stuff, let's get to what I actually wrote for this. You all
an hour and a half later.
An hour and a half later.
Oh yeah, let's play.
let's play. But yeah, I'll make that button for the cheese. I can figure out one for the actual jobs as well.
It reminds me of that South Park episode where they're just leveling up, killing the pigs, and then they get to level, like top level, and they're like, "What do we do now?" And now we can play the game.
Yep. So you're told to make the song and stuff were in probably late evening, probably around like 6 o'clock. It is still the dead of winter, and what I did the north and south. You're relatively around where whatever the weather in Berlin would be like right now, or in January. So cold, not a huge amount of snow, but snow. And yeah, so it's a kind of a darker night because it's the middle of winter. You guys are called to the Song and Supper Inn. Yenra got in late last night and kind of had been on the road for quite a bit, so was using the day to sleep, and that and just said, "Hey, let's meet up tonight." Yeah, but that is their and anything you want to do beforehand. She had kind of told you that she had, quite a few leads about, since you last talked, about what's going on and what she thinks are the best courses of action at this point. So, yeah, if you just head there, it's in the Pentamarket. It's just off of the main square, or main. It's not a square; it's a pentagram or a pentagon. But just off of that to the side, and it is. You can hear the music from outside. It is a loud and rowdy place that has, multiple bands every single night up there performing. So it's she chose this place specifically because you could very easily, once walking in, realize you can have a conversation without prying ears. It's kind of too loud for someone to kind of eavesdrop on you, especially if you aren't yelling at each other. So upon entering, you see, like that. It kind of like drops down into there's a stage on one side, drops down into kind of a little bit of a hole for acoustics and things. Surrounded by a couple bars. There's stairs going up. It's a 3 or 4 story building for the actual inn part of it. But yeah, you are in the bar and you see Yenra sitting at a table, not tucked in the corner, kind of almost in the center of the room to, not look like they're being suspicious. It's not like Aragorn in the corner of the prancing pony. Just kind of sitting there waiting for a drink, and then almost the moment you walk in, she clocks you and kind of raises her cup to you.
Let's grab some drinks and go take a seat.
Yeah, the bar takes a little bit. It is kind of a rowdier night. It is I don't actually know what day it is, but we'll say it's kind of like a Friday-ish vibe. People, especially in these times of war, like sometimes you gotta cut loose for a second to forget that everything around you is terrible. And then, but you get your drinks. They'll cost you 2 silver for all 4 of you, depending on what you're drinking. And yeah, you go and sit down next to her. Yenra, who's wearing just, kind of a thicker wool-lined duster coat, has kind of a leather hat. Looks like an Old West sheriff almost, but is an elf. Definitely a later in life elf in the fact that she shows some amount of age, because most elves don't look old ever, but definitely you could think probably in the 200-year-old range. It's good to see you again. It's been a while since you got me out of those cages up in Hupperduke. Thank you for that, by the way. Give me a kick in the pants to go do some worthwhile work as opposed to just spying on cheating husbands and stuff like that. So yeah,
us too.
Us too. Well, good. I'm sure you guys. I don't know what you've been doing, but it sounds like you probably had some sort of adventure. It is. Know that I told you to leave the country, but I don't. Did you run into any fun, or you just kind of hide out in Shady Creek for a while?
Just slide her a card.
Slide her a card, and she's like, "Huh. So you must have done something. Oh, you have a dairy now?
More,
well, wonderful.
How we're laundering money."
She's like, I don't care that much. I'm no longer an official of the empire, so you do you, honestly, as long as it's not affecting the poor and the weak, and I don't care. Anyways, though, I assume since you're here, you are ready. You're willing to perhaps help with what I've definitely realized and come to find this war is false flag at its very best. This is people using their own, or using the tensions between these two countries to their own advantage for some sort of plot. We have some ideas, me and my colleagues, that I've been able to round up back up in Rexentrum, but as it seems you have been linked to a lot of this, having run into multiple of these incursions and doing that, and being now business owners of the empire, it seems that it would behoove you to perhaps help in our cause to stop this war with less bloodshed than it would be to just have them fight forever.
I mean, we certainly don't want this war to get out of hand, but what can we do about it? Like, what do you know that's going to help us help you?
Well, I just need, just even if it's just a nice gentleman's agreement that you all are in. So what I'm going to tell you could get people in trouble in many places, and quite honestly, no one in the powers that be believe that this is more than a regular war.
Well, I mean, you either tell us or you don't tell us. If you don't tell us, then things will just go on as they are. If you do tell us, we might help. I don't know that we need to give you like a solid yes or no until we know kind of what we're doing.
More giving, she just wants assurances that she isn't going to be turned into the authorities for what she's about to tell you. It's kind of how she comes across.
I mean, like we're not. Our business is cheese. If something happens that we might be interested in, maybe we'll help.
Your business is cheese and working for a crime lord.
We don't work for them. We work with them.
Okay. Yes.
It's kind of like defense attorneys, right? They don't. Yeah. They're not criminals.
She's like, I know. I've been paranoid. It feels I've been being. Something's getting close. I just, even on the ride here, I kind of pushed myself to get here as fast as possible. As being on the open road, I was a bit worried. So sorry if I come across problems.
If you would like assurances, know this: we have a doctor working for us who helped my friend here with some surgery, and we don't like him at all. We have a he's a Dragonborn?
Yeah, Tiburon.
Tiburon. We have a Dragonborn fella who we met, and he just needed some work. We don't really like him either, but he's working for us.
We don't like most of the people we work with, is what you're saying.
No, what I'm saying is, like, we don't care about the past in terms of,
Sounds good. Well, then, I'll get to it. So since you gave me those maps, the information you got from whatever that little cave was in the swamps, and what we got out of Stallmast's keep up in the mountains above Hupperduke, been able to put quite a bit together, especially using some of my old contacts in the Cobalt Soul, as well as one or two people from, you notice her face kind of furrows, like from the Ogden Trust. Was able to figure out quite a bit. I've mainly been in the capital checking up with those contacts from my old life. And I've gotten quite a bit, but have been blocked a bunch as the Ogden Trust kept interfering in any investigation. Was able to get a bit of information with the two people that I still had relationships with, but I think something's wrong in the trust, honestly. I don't know if that's general corruption or something more nefarious here, but it seems they're quite focused on perpetuating the Kreen side of this war and corroborating all of that information, pointing it straight to them, which means that any other information coming to them, they quite literally ignore. With that, though, I do have a few definite leads on what I think is actually happening. I believe that this is talking with some of my people that had been in Xhorhas years ago, an actual plot by a group known as the Children of Malice, a radical separatist group from the Kryn dynasty that kind of spit on the whole religious ideals of the dynasty. They wish to go back to their original worship and servitude of the Drow to Lolth, the Spider Queen. They were always a fringe group, but just with the information we've gotten, I can't help but think they are actually behind, if not the war itself, something. Through this information we have, we do know that there are a few, like I said, plots that they are currently underway investigating. Sadly, we lost some of the helpers that we had in this endeavor, but we were able to find out that they are on the hunt for Cord's Thunder Spear. I don't know what your all religious identities are or how historically versed you are, but Cord's Thunder Spear is towards the end of the calamity is what banished Wolf to the 600. I think it's 666th layer of the abyss, or it's the 66th. It might just be 66th. Where is Wolf? How do you spell wolf? Uh, 66th layer of the abyss. Quite literally, a giant storm god threw his spear so hard it punctured a mountain and sent them so far into a demonic plane that they have not been able to return. So, with that bit of information and them seemingly trying to chase after this item, we think that they are trying in some way to bring Lolth back in some capacity, perhaps to overthrow the dynasty, return the Drow to what they once were. So we know that they are searching for that, and we do have leads on where it could possibly be, seeing as how it was pierced into a mountain outside of the city of Rosanna in the Kryn dynasty. It seems to no longer, in fact, the entire hole that used to be there is no longer there. But we do have some leads on that. We are also know that they are searching for old wizard laboratories, specifically around ancient necromancy, and that once again corroborating that they are looking to bring back their evil god. Seems that they're looking for keys to bring back something dead and or banished. So the only real knowledge we know about that is that it would, something that powerful would probably be linked to the Whispered One, Vecna, and perhaps laboratories that he had that we know spanned across the entirety of Exandria. And cool and nice. Finally, the last real lead we have on anything is whatever is going on with the Ogden Trust. It could just be bureaucracy, it could be things from the king, but I believe there's something worth looking into there. Those are the 3 tasks we have. Friends that are willing to go and look into these, but we are relatively short-handed with recent losses that we've had gathering this information from both this side of the Ashkeeper Peaks and inside of the Kreen Dynasty. Many Boffins died to get us this information. Bad joke. But any help that you could have in either of these, your skills seem to be those that could do something in this regard. Especially being independent contractors as you are, and seemingly having no political or really ideological relationships behind maybe you to the Platinum Dragon, big guy. We have, like I said, we have a couple crews ready, kind of are scattered, so sounds awful to ask, but any funds or items, safe houses, safe places for us to run this kind of operation while we do seem to be under some sort of threat, or even any other allies that you may have gotten in your travels or information that you've found throughout your travels, could definitely help this cause. But I leave it to you to pick which of these jobs you wish to help with, and if it is none, then I understand. But we will always be looking for help. There's a small group of 20 of us. Can use all the help we can get to the bottom of this actual war before needless bloodshed out of blind hate continues, and perhaps something much more sinister arrives. So she kind of leaves you there, and she's like, "Excuse me, while you may talk about amongst yourselves while I go and refresh our drinks." And she takes all the tankards and goes. So, yeah, any other refreshing you need from what I just said, just ask. But you've been pretty much given 3 potential courses of action. Investigating what's going on with the Ogden Trust. And she kind of gave you like a high level overview of all these, didn't go into details of any specific one. Helping get to Kord's Thundersphere before these Children of Malice do, and or getting to these necromantic laboratories before the Children of Malice do. So, talk amongst yourselves.
This is a spear we saw fall through the hole.
No, this is a totally different spear.
Oh, okay.
This is a she described it a little bit. This is a spear that was used to kill one god killed another god with it.
Okay, but we have not
And
seen. Like, that's not the same one that we saw.
no. That was a human-sized spear. This is like the spearhead.
Got it. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and specifically from history, it's poured through his thunder spear through the Spider Queen wolf so hard it banished her to the 66th level of a different dimension about 800 years ago.
That's pretty badass.
And it had been what everyone had thought underneath the city of Rosanna, which is the capital of the dynasty. However, in probably past 100 years or so, that hole and everything that was there is just like old, like city used to be down there, like the Underdark is just gone. So no one quite knows what happened to this area underneath a city. It is just a blank hole, cavern that's miles wide.
Well,
done enough
just
laboratory.
because it hasn't been so long, you do have a map of necromantic laboratories.
we have a what?
You have a map of necromantic, like things that you would know. You have a map of necromantic libraries. So I'm moving to this. All of these green dots.
Jesus.
You know.
We've been to the
you've already been
one
out.
near the mountains in the center, right?
Yeah, you've been to that one.
Yeah.
That was the tower in the mist. Yep. The one in the Savalier Wood, you know, doesn't actually exist because of that dead guy you found in the woods. So from that map, oh, there's one more. Sorry, 1 second. There's also there are 4 other ones. One all the way over in Jorhas. One at the very southern end of the Ashkeeper Peaks. One out in the ocean. And one to the very northwest of the Menagerie Coast.
Where's the one in the ocean? Did you mark that?
Yeah, it's on the biggest island in the ocean.
Oh, I see it now. Okay, cool.
So,
do we know anything about these? Is there anything cool around those places?
I don't think anyone would know.
I don't think any of you guys know. What you would know is that, like, going east into everything beyond the mountain range of the Ashkeeper Peak, so this mountain range, that is what we would call enemy territory. That is the dividing line between the 2 countries that are currently at war.
The encyclopedia, the encyclopedic knowledge and stuff, was that related specifically to like this area of Wildemount? It's not the entirety of Wildemount, I imagine.
Yeah, it would be specifically to this area of Wildemount.
Yeah, that's what I figured. So like exploring outside of this is new territory for everyone.
Yeah, I would say like it has information about the other areas. So like you guys knew like going north you were going into a wintry place and there might be some orcs up there, but that's about it. Going to the southwest, you would know that it's kind of like as the Dwendalian Empire is a landlocked essentially country. A lot of their trade comes from there. It's run by kind of a bunch of merchant guilds all together. And to the east, essentially everything in your encyclopedia says this place sucks and we hate them.
Okay, sick.
And so yeah.
And
So
where's
Okay.
the whole country, the whole village,
the hole that disappeared?
Yeah.
Essentially came out of the capital that was right here.
Okay,
That's
so that's where
cool.
we think that's where we think the potential Thunder Spear.
That's where they thought the Thunder Spear was, but where they thought it was is no longer there.
Okay.
So something happened to it. And she does mention, he's like, I'm gave you the top level overview. When you decide what to do, I can probably give you more information. But it's kind of the less you know type situation.
So should we
quite guarded?
Do we just hand this map over to her to find the places to do it, and we check out the hole in the world?
I think that makes sense. I really don't want to travel to opposite ends of the country.
Yeah, no matter what, yeah, you don't want to have to bounce between 4 different places, one of them in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah, I'm not in the business of doing that.
You would know though, any of these things that you take is taking you out of the country.
Oh yeah. But I mean,
all of them.
You don't want to run. You don't want to just go oh hey, we're right here. We're gonna go over to here, catch a boat over to here, catch another boat over to here, catch another boat over to here. That is roughly. Let's just see.
Now that you lay it out that way, it doesn't seem that bad.
That's 800 miles, 600 miles, 500 miles, and 700 miles.
Yeah, I think we do that. What I suggest we do is maybe let her have our headquarters, and she can hunker down, and Daddy's Stary, give her a little token, give her some access. Let Giannis.
We've got the underground too, as long as she doesn't mess with our cave aging process.
Exactly. We got to protect our business interests.
Business first. Stopping a war second.
So you trust us with political intrigue and all this, but can we trust you to not mess with our spores? Because we got really good rolls half an hour ago. We got really good cultures.
Do you guys know about the seed storage thing? I think it's in Norway or Sweden or something like that.
Yeah,
it's what we're trying to cultivate with our spores.
That's funny. Okay. Yeah, so she comes back, and so you're kind of going the route of searching for whatever happened to this hole in the world, and gonna give her this map of the laboratories.
Yeah.
We're gonna make a copy for herself, just to
Yeah, I mean, just so you know, this map.
Do the one down here in what is this, Kryn, Jorhas, whatever. We could do that one. The one here on the east.
Yeah, we could drop down after we check out the.
Yeah, that the one where she would say about that would be that is the closest to where the children mallets have been known to kind of bunker. So there's a very good chance that one's already been checked. Now that you've shown her this map, she goes but she's but we could possibly send them some false information about this one in the north that you say does not exist. And now that I know your course of action, I do have a bit more information about a good lead on where this part of the world disappeared to. There's a wizard friend of mine from a while back that had some run-ins with a place that had places from that don't belong, so to speak. An island off the Menagerie Coast that had ripples of the water plane, ripples of the Underdark, the Shadowfell across this island. Seems something entered that island. It was fairly vague about it. Something entered that island and ripped a lot of different parts of the world and outside this world with it. Different planes, different areas. And from consulting with him, the sound of that is very similar to what may have happened. So I believe that would be worth checking out. It's the Isle of Rumblecusp. About 300 to 400 miles. Let's actually see how far it is. 230-ish miles off the coast of the port city of Nicodranus. That, I think, is a place to start as opposed to directly going into the heart of a country that we are currently at war with. Not to speak ill to any of you, but two of you would very much not be welcome based off of your heritage. And she looks to Thel and Carrick. The other two of you could probably move around relatively easily, but they aren't the biggest fans of humans or elves. So I do have possible transport for you to at least get to Nicodranus. We have another friend there, a wizard, an expert in planar travel, who might have more information. Actually, he is the one that gave us this information to begin with. His name is... What's his name? Shit, what's his name? Shit! Quick. His name is Yusa. He runs one of the districts in Nicodranus and is kind of a recluse. Prefers to travel or to study the ties that keep the planes around us together. But he has been known to make his tower available as a means of transportation for those of us that are doing good and provide him with interesting problems or artifacts. So he owes me a favor from a long time ago, so I could get you there relatively. I'm assuming you have means of magical transportation. She looks at you, Carrick.
Possibly.
Well, assuming you do, and then from there, he can give you more information about the exact area of Rumblecusp. I'm not a master of the sea, but or really anything from the Menagerie Coast. So if that is your choice, we can perhaps head to your dairy, is it? And then we can see you off.
Don't watch the tone.
Oh, sorry, I meant that in the utmost respect. My parents were ranchers. Have you ever heard of an elven rancher? I don't know why that's kind of funny to me. Just a sad rancher, just a solemn, sad rancher drifting through the fields. So, yes, perhaps that. I was going to make my way to a safe house for the night. I have had this weird feeling of being followed, so perhaps it's smart that we leave separately and we can meet again tomorrow at the gates, and uh, you can show me to your new place, and we can move on from there. Do y'all need any recap of any of that? Or are you good?
We're good. I'm good.
Okay.
Rumplecusp?
Rumblecusp. Rumblecusp.
I was very close. I heard rumple. I was like, okay.
Rumplemints.
Okay. We gotta get to Rumblecusp and find Usa.
Usa is, she said, is in the city of Nicodranus.
Right. But he
and
can get us
he can
to...
point you. He can point you in the right direction.
Yeah. Sick.
Specifically, his name is Usa Errenis. Errenis. The master of Tide Peak Tower. And he's roughly 1 billion years old. Not really, but he's old. He's a character from the actual book that I get to use as opposed to making one up. That's why he has a real person name and not Charlie Madman.
Jonesy McJoneston.
No, Charlie Madman is going to be a character now.
Angus Beef.
Angus Beef. Wait, who was Angus Beef? Oh, that was your nickname. That was your nickname. That was your was that your drag name?
No. That was a name I was trying to use as like a cover ID.
Okay,
and,
yeah.
It didn't really work out because it was too funny.
I'm Angus Beef. Okay. So yeah, she finishes her drink, makes small talk with you. Is there anything else you want to ask her about, or are you guys kind of good?
She said she was being followed. I'll just try and get some notes on that and watch her back.
Yeah, she just kind of says like, yeah, just since I've been like traveling, just like that like feeling in the back of your neck that something's watching you, just nothing specific, and it might just be her being paranoid, and with so many things like being quashed from her investigations, just she doesn't totally know if it's just paranoia or just that. It has no specifics, but
yeah, we'll watch her back.
Yeah,
is there any encryption in magical encryption for this map?
For that map?
Yeah. Can we like secure this map so even if she gets killed, it doesn't end up in the wrong hands?
Oh, for the laboratories?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you have anything that you think would fill that need, Carrick?
Not really.
The only thing I could think would be illusory script.
Do I have that? Oh, I do have that. But what it does is like if I can like scribe something and make it so that it's unintelligible to everyone but the people that I want.
Exactly.
But
yeah,
but
you could make a copy of.
Can I do that to something that already exists?
Can we make a copy?
You probably have to make a copy, and then you guys keep the original and give the copy to her. Like, and she had kind of unfurled her own world map and kind of like pointed to the places where you'd be talking, so you would be able to do that.
Okay, a creature with true sight though can still read it.
Yeah, there's a certain level of it's encryption. It's not foolproof.
Okay, yeah, we could do that.
Okay. I mean, do you have that spell prepared?
It's ritual cast.
Oh, you can ritual cast it. So yeah, maybe while your guys are talking, kind of finishing that, you can ritually cast it and kind of mark on her map where these things are.
It'll cost 10 gold.
10 gold of what?
Of special ink.
You actually just walk out of the conversation, walk over
get some ink.
to Pumatz, who would be the one that sells this, and turn around and come back and start scribbling. But I imagine you don't say anything to anyone.
No, that's on brand. That sounds right.
Just walk out and walk back. Okay.
Also, I can't imagine that my artistic skills are great. So if
you're just marking an existing map.
Okay, so I'm not scribing a whole map. I'm just marking on a map. Oh, okay. I was gonna say this
she had a map where she had kind of been pointing out these things.
Yeah. Okay.
I imagine you just have some like doodles too of like stupid just like
yeah,
just random.
Yeah, because even your map of these laboratories is very generic. It is not as detailed as the map that you see right now.
Okay.
It is like some lines describing mountains, some like you have to very much infer. Like this map will get you within 100 miles. Okay. It's not going to get you spot on. So probably less than 100 miles, but so yeah, so she finishes her drink and she says, okay, well, I'm probably going to sneak out the back. It might be better if we aren't seen leaving together. It's a bigger target on our back. I have just a quick jaunt to my safe house for the night, and then I'll meet you in the morning.
We like cause a scene so she can seek out more subtly.
I mean, I won't say no. Just don't get arrested, please, because you're kind of a major prong in this approach to save our country.
All right, Christopher.
Yeah.
Christopher and I definitely start a fake fight and flip at least one table.
Okay, I will say whoever starts the fight, make a performance check.
Your performance, Chris. Mine's +3. What's yours?
+5.
All right.
All right. Hey, don't you talk about my mother like that.
Okay. So,
I, sir, challenge you to a duel. Mine's not great either.
No, neither of them are good. Everyone's just kind of looking at you and like thought open mic night was next week. And just don't pay attention. If you wanted to move this on, you would have to physically hurt each other. So both of you roll initiative as you see that nothing is going on.
This is going to be the one time I have advantage on initiative, and Thel beat me.
I'm in double digits. That never happens.
You're in high double digits. Roll a unarmed attack roll. So
like a strength roll, like straight strength.
Yeah, it's strength plus proficiency. So what, plus
4?
10?
No. 6? What? No. My proficiency bonus says 4. I don't know how it determines that.
It is plus 10. So, does a 26 hit your AC, Christopher?
A little bit.
So you take 1 plus his strength modifier. You take 7 points of damage as he rocks you in the dome. What do you do as you take this very large hit to the face?
Dramatically fly over a table and fall around.
Yeah, I'll just
take the flop.
I'll take the flop, yeah.
I will say take the flop to roll another performance or deception check with advantage. Because that hurt, but in no way would it do this. Oh my lord! You are flopping like Ronaldo on the soccer pitch.
Just to make it look more realistic, I'll do a little prestidigitation and make it just sound like it was a straight smack.
Okay. Roll an Arcana check to see how good your magical distraction is. You guys used all your good rolls in making cheese. Yes.
Wish.
You flip your hand. Yenra like falls backwards just after these two huge bruising men just like to watch Christopher get uplifted from his feet is a pretty impressive like thing to see. And then as it hits, like it's like you almost create sparkles, but it looks like a gout of blood comes off of Christopher, and he lands on the table. It smashes in half. And
I tried to use my Air Jordans to like add to it, and just accidentally pushed off a little bit too much, and just
like yes, you got uppercutted. You got Dragon Ball Seed up into the air based off of your punch and your jump, land, and you're probably gonna have to pretend to be unconscious for a minute after this because of your bad deception roll. You're like, fine, I'll just close my eyes. But everyone like rushes over to you, looks at you, Fel, like a guard comes over and is like, yeah, you gotta leave, man. That was fucked up. I don't know what he did, but if you did that to that guy over there, he'd be dead. Like escorts you out, and during all this commotion, Yenra starts heading out. And what do you, Felix, and Carrick do? They kind of escort. They're trying to escort you out because you were all in the same group. Like when we were escorted out of Mandalay Bay because Chris jumped back in the pool.
I think when I do get up, I'm just gonna like just shout out, just like provolone has no place in this business, and it's all gonna be about cheese.
It's all a cheese argument. Hey, I agree.
I think as they're walking out, I kind of like wave everybody like he doesn't mean it. He doesn't mean it. He doesn't know what he's saying.
Provolone is the most basic ass cheese. Okay. So yeah, you have created a distraction. Yenra is going to roll to sneak out. She'll get advantage because of the show you just put on. That is a 19 to sneak out. You guys, none of you see her leave. And yeah, she's gone, and you guys all start heading out the front door. As you guys are kind of all pushed to the side. Like even though you punched him, they like kind of get Christopher up and go like, take your lover's squabble elsewhere, not the place. and push you out, and yeah, you're out on the street. As you're kind of dusting yourselves up, you are approached quite quickly. After these guards kind of walk back, they kind of like put their finger up, and um, these leather duster clad people come over to you, and they immediately go, "Okay, it seems like you're maybe intoxicated, or that we are might be a bit above our pay grade," and they show you badges that are of the Ogden Trust. You would notice it looks like this. Is there an actual symbol for the Ogden Trust? There is no symbol for the Ogden Trust. It is, let's say it's an owl with its wings flared, holding a dagger straight down. You know, there's which if you didn't, you would know what the Ogden Trust is, kind of the FBI/CIA of the Empire. They say we're just here helping out business with the lack of guards sent out to the front lines, searching for incursions in that, and I guess right now there's that. What happened here?
Oh, just a couple brothers getting into it.
Okay. Yeah, talking to you is a lead human female, long blonde hair in a like kind of high braid coming down. I was okay. Well, we'll just ask you a few questions and probably send you on your way. Were you with anyone else tonight? Is there anyone else that is a part of your group? We are currently searching for an elf woman named Yenra.
I mean, just us. We're the four daddies. Have you heard of us? You like cheese?
Give him a coin. Give him one of the coins.
I'm gonna make just to drive that point home. I'm gonna make Belle just smell like the stinkiest cheese.
Okay. Make a deception check with advantage. No. Sorry, not Carrick. Thel makes the deception check with advantage.
Okay, thank you. Much better.
They go, They look back and they say, "Our tips must be wrong, sir. We were given a tip that you may have been interacting with her. Perhaps it was just selling the cheese. You smell. Can you please take a step back?" I
kind of drunkenly kind of like accidentally stumble forwards.
Oh,
I still have a cheddar wheel. I'm gonna take out my entire 1 pound cheddar wheel.
What is this fucking Skyrim?
He just reaches into his back, pulls out a whole cheese wheel.
You just got a little bit of lint on it.
I'm just gonna like stick in one of the little like the bronze little plates, and just like wink at them, and I'm just gonna walk away. Yeah.
Okay, I mean, with a natural 20, there were other things that were going to happen. I will say you stumble forward, stumble into her. Weirdly, like you notice that your hand, like as you like kind of catch yourself, goes straight through the braid coming off the top of her head. No one else quite notices it, but you would definitely notice like your hand goes through the braid. Ooh, no, better than that. You kind of like stumble and hit, and where the ear would look to have ended, it actually keeps extending almost to like a point. Which you can make an intelligence check if you want to know. If you want to,
Yeah.
if you can't figure that out, then I will let your character try to roll for it.
Insight? What do you want me to roll?
Arcana or
oh well, no, never mind. I can't.
Yeah, you would have no idea about this. Only person that it's because of his natural 20 and he stumbled into her.
Yeah, you're good.
I would just give it. I'll let you do insight. I mean, with a 10, you're able to say, like, that ear is not correct. And you've been around enough magic to know this person's probably magically concealed. And she immediately, like, pushes you off of her, and, like, demeanor completely changes. Goes from just a, like, top asking you questions to, like, almost, like, aggressive, like a switch went off, and the other three that are with her kind of like all like get in a ready stance.
Yeah, Thel's feeling frosty. He just draws his sword and goes, "What are you?"
Okay. What are you?
Well, okay, so if we're at a bar, I typically don't have my sword. Maybe I draw my back dagger and I'm just like,
like, you threatening a member of the Ogden Trust?
Don't know that you are who you say you are, so yes.
So she immediately pulls out the badge, and she says, I suggest you tell us what's actually going on, and all of you need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Why is your ear shimmering? I don't understand.
Oh, jeez.
You know? Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Jesus. Tarek, like, you're just like shrugging your shoulders. You don't actually even hear what this person said. You're like, huh? Like something else caught your attention. You're so aloof you cannot be suggested. And the other three of you though immediately fall under a little bit of a spell that is suggesting you to tell this person what's really going on and show them what they're looking for.
Do I recognize what's happening here or
no? Make an Arcana check to see if you could have like picked up on the spell being cast.
Oh,
you are quite truly too aloof to care about this. You're one of those people that just like your friends are getting in trouble somewhere and you just like have to like stand to the side because you don't want to get in trouble. But you are all under the effect of a mass suggestion spell, which is essentially you have to do the suggested task until it's completed. And the suggested task is essentially tell us what happened here, and
Well, I mean, we're really bad
Yeah,
actors,
formally
and I
finish.
punched him in the face. That's what happened here.
I would say all three of you have to give an answer. And or show them, especially show us what we want to know. Hello?
I say that. I'm like, yeah, we're really bad actors, and I punched him in the face, and then I just like swallow my words for a minute, and then I'm just like, map.
I have really cool boots, and I usually only play the bagpipe, but I also have lots of hit points.
Is this you telling them what they want to know? You would know what they want to know is if you have seen Yenra. You guys can talk around this as much as you want.
What does she look like? I don't know if we've seen her or not.
You are magically compelled to tell these people.
Yeah, we saw her. She left. I don't know where she went.
Well, until we find her, you are coming with us. And they start moving to the side alley, pushing you forward. At that time, you do hear a loud crash and a howl of a dog, and it's coming from the end of the alley where, as you guys are walking down.
Yo, I don't like dogs.
With that, everybody is going to need to roll initiative.
Yeah, puppy. Woof, woof.
Uh-oh. Oh, we don't have any tokens selected. Hold on one second. I mean, I don't have maps for this, so I'm just going to have to manually add you. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. Add page.
Be right back.
I don't like your shiny ear, Miss Lady.
You guys aren't drunk. Had 2 drinks.
That's what you
Unless
think.
you want to say, if you want to say you are drunk, you can take the poison condition.
I much like better the idea that Thel was acting drunk and then very certainly will not be drunk when combat starts. So
go ahead and everyone just take a long rest. If you just press the button just to get all of your stuff back. And then
yeah.
I'll just say everyone can go ahead and roll. Select your token and re-roll.
Oh.
Or I can manually enter them, so
probably have to drag our tokens onto here, yeah.
Are they on? Can you not see them?
Where are we? I'm still on the map.
Yeah.
Oh, I made the new map but didn't move you over. You good? So for now, I had no idea how this would go, so I made no maps. We're raw dogging it. Which, by the way, have you heard about this thing, raw dogging international flights?
Yeah, the worst idea.
It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
What?
I'm just going to go on this flight and not go to the bathroom or sleep or watch anything.
Or read anything or do anything.
For like 6 or 8 hours? Like an international or like longer international? What?
Yeah, it makes absolutely no sense.
Not even a book? Nothing?
But you aren't going to film yourself so that you can put it on Instagram later.
Yeah, that's the thing is I'm raw dogging this flight, but they recorded on TikTok. I'm like, that's not raw dogging, homie. Idiots.
Yeah.
Why be miserable? Yeah, let's take a quick break and go get some food real quick.
Oh, be right back.
Okay.
I should have followed my first instinct when I saw her weird ear. I thought I should have just tackled her at first, but I didn't want to be too aggressive.
Fear of authority, man. It's they're wearing a uniform. They're the adults. Yeah.
Who don't we have? We don't have Christopher.
Oh. Yeah, I'm there. Oh.
And turn. Yours was
14.14.
14.14. Okay.
So all this stuff I'm like reading, trying to do this other game that I had no idea were things up until now. Like I thought the disengage action was something only Felix could do. Not that I would ever actually do it.
Bonus action. Anyone can do it anytime.
Yep. Yeah, it's read the rules 3 years later. Yep.
You can play 90% of this game without ever reading a rule.
Yep.
Depending on how much your DM wants to coach.
Yep.
We need. Please don't comment on all these. I will just say all of these. Oh. Hold up. Oh, that's kind of annoying. Popping things out into a separate, like out of the activity, kind of busted in the activity.
Whereas like a character sheet, yeah, it like takes you to a browser, totally separate.
Yeah, and doesn't give me like the normal how it would look. Okay. Let's see. There's one. Hold on. Really just need. I don't need all these people. There's gonna be this guy. Go.
What we were gonna meet Genra at one of the gates?
Yeah,
is there only
southern,
one gate? You
there
said the southern.
are southern gates. There are technically 5 gates in the city.
Okay.
But the one that you are going to meet her at tomorrow would be in the southern one, which would be the one that you would leave generally to go to head out to your keep.
Got it.
I would say you do know, like, should have said this, like, your keep is very unknown to pretty much everybody. It is just a haunted house out there. Your notoriety isn't big enough to.
Yeah, that's fine.
So it is. I would say it is very much still a safe place. Let's see, we need this. We need this. We need this. We need. Oh my lorsh. Dog, you're not doing good. Oh Lord. That was back-to-back natural ones. 17. Drow, you'd say plus. Okay. You guys hear all of this clattering. There are quite a few people all strewn about. You're kind of both. You're all going down kind of an alleyway.
They said, "Mommy, can I be in your? Can we sleep in your bed?" And I said, "Sure." And now they'll sleep in your bed.
Okay.
Cute.
He never stops talking.
Who doesn't?
Ramona.
Okay, I couldn't quite hear what was going on, so I couldn't tell who it was.
She's got quite the imagination.
Yeah.
All of her stuffed animals are her babies, and she was telling me about them.
And they wanted to sleep in her bed.
Yep. Which is funny because she will throw them all out at night, and because she doesn't want them to sleep in her bed. So it's very funny. Biggest hypocrite of all time.
So yeah, your guys are kind of coming down this alley. This is not quite to scale. It's probably not 20 feet wide. It's probably closer to like 5 or like 10. But as this happens, you see an unconscious Ginra right here, surrounded by 3, like all of them are wearing the same leather dusters. These ones though, like, have a hood up. You can't totally see their faces. There's it's 2. They're surrounded by 2, and also these 2 giant dogs that look like big old bull mastiff type dogs, but almost like too big to be a natural dog. So Fel, you guys are being escorted by there are 4 people behind you that have been escorting you. So what do you do? And I can help describe it more. I guess I could put tokens everywhere, but kind of a pain.
So we did what they told us, right?
Yes, you are no longer under the compulsion.
Okay, I'm like straight up raging. I've had a rage.
It spells up first. We are in.
No, sorry, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I just spin around and I hack a slash at whoever's closest behind me. I don't know which one that is, but
it's the captain is kind of like there's the 3 people are in front. So go ahead and make an attack roll. A 12 just barely hits. Oh yeah, you have your improved divine smite now. Oh no. Oh no. My plans. Yeah, so you swing back behind you, catching the kind of like they've kind of been like 3 behind you with the like head, blonde-haired, long ponytail person, and you catch that one. That is how much damage? That is 22 damage. This person looks about on death's door as you slice up across its stomach, and it lets out this like it's a human looking a male, but it lets out this like almost a bestial groan as your sword slashes across its chest. You can take your second attack on it.
yeah.
There are 2 more behind you if you wanted to split them up. Like you could split up your attacks or hit. So is this just on the same guy?
Yeah. I like to see things through.
You essentially bisect him like from corner to corner, and like that's like you've noticed like your new sword hits, and maybe it's you think like, oh, maybe it's because of my creating that temple or not. Like each one has the electricity, and after the electricity happens, there's a little divine burst like a white bluish light burst that happens at the end of the electrical like hit on this that evokes, you know, maybe a new you've moved up in the eyes of your god Bahamut. Very much similar to how when you channeled, you know, your energy into a divine smite, it's almost every part of that is now you're being blessed with a new gift because of your patronage. Okay, do you want to move or do anything like that?
No, I just kind of, I turned to face the other three that are behind us and say, I'm just like, you thought you could jump us in an alley, really?
Last time we were in an alley, we electrocuted a child.
I was honestly half expecting as soon as we started blabbing, falling under that spell, Carrick was just gonna freaking firebolt somebody in the streets.
He might have a natural one.
Yes.
Yeah. If I had any idea what was going on, that was more or less what was going to happen.
Just, these aren't real cops. You would notice as this thing gets bisected, you see that the male personage of this completely falls apart, and you see a red-skinned, flat-nosed, pointed-ear, long black hair hobgoblin's like upper torso just fly off into the alley. And with that is Drow number 1's turn. Drow number 1 is standing right over Yinra and is going to do the Drow's favorite thing and create a.
No.
It is going to cast Darkness.
Oh, not just shit again.
Y'all, it's the only way I can do anything. So in this entire corner is surrounded by darkness. You cannot see into it. So, that's going to be the Drow's turn. Moving on to spy number 1 is dead. So he's gone. Christopher, that's you. You have the 3 behind you, as well as you know that there were 2 big dogs, Yenra, and 2 leather cloaked people ahead of you.
I am going to rage.
Okay.
I think this is just a built up like indignancy from Fel hitting me. So like I don't even know if I've fully processed what's going on yet. So mad. And then I'm just gonna run towards where Yinra was. 1, 2, 3.
I might have to pull a book out for this.
40.
You are in complete darkness.
So yeah. So that was my movement just to get to the darkness.
Oh, okay.
I think. And then I found out I can dash. And I'm just gonna move in. Can I just, I don't know, what do I do to go into the darkness and feel my way around?
You can go into it. I mean, roll a perception check to see how your, ears or things like that are doing in here.
Yeah.
$22. You would know that you hear like footfalls heading out to your left. And then some just like large, like padding, like heavy creature footfalls still remaining in the darkness. What you would guess is that something or someone is leaving, but there are still creatures in the darkness with you.
So if I'm dashing here, and I hear it to the left, right?
Yeah, you hear them leaving to the left.
I could kind of feel my way around.
Yes, you could.
And then try to go towards the footfalls.
To the ones that are leaving.
Yeah.
So wait. So how much more movement do you have?
That was 40 to get there. Yeah.
I would say, like, just since this isn't to scale, you can get like just on the edge of the darkness, and you see a drow pulling like Yenra over their shoulder and starting to run out to the left.
All right. So I think that's my. They're taking Inra. I can shout out.
Yep. Okay. That leaves it to the next spy's turn, who is going to try to stab Carrick. That's going to be a 11 plus not even kind of enough. Yeah, I don't think a 15 is going to hit you.
Nope.
You're AC 18.
Yeah.
That's a 19 to hit. Or no, that's exactly an 18 to hit. Using its short sword, which it's going to do 13 points of damage as kind of like in this chaos just comes and just like stabs its short sword right into your side, catching you by surprise.
It does how much?
What did I say? 12, 13 points of damage. Is that what I said? I think that's what I said. So next up is the captain, who has been standing behind you. The captain is going to what is the captain going to do? Okay, the captain is going to where's that? Okay. Where it's at, it is going to climb the building about 20 feet up. I'll let Felix, you can take an attack of opportunity with how it's climbing.
Oh, cool. I'll do that with my where's my steel sword?
15 does not hit, as this thing is just able to almost climbing about as fast as you can climb up a building. Climbs up it, runs and jumps down, and is now sitting about here. That's the captain's turn. Carrick, that's you.
Nobody just like, were they none of them close enough to me that I would have gotten an attack of opportunity?
The way that it went, so they were technically behind you, so it would have like gone around. That's why how it worked is just it never entered your threatened range, so it never exited.
Gotcha. Okay.
It watched you carve down its friend. It said it was going to go straight through all of you because it could have moved further, but it decided to climb a roof
I just wanted
instead.
to make sure if I could get an attack of opportunity, I can move with one of my abilities. So.
Oh yeah, you have Relentless Avenger.
Yeah.
So
Chase bitches down. Damn smoke.
So is anybody still next to me, or did the person that hit me run away?
The person that hit you is right behind you. There are two people right behind you.
Right behind me.
Right behind all three of you.
Okay.
Christopher actually should have taken an opportunity attack when he left. Oh no, yeah, because you didn't disengage, you dashed. That's a 3. It didn't happen. Pretend I didn't say anything.
It's my first dash in 3 years. Yeah. Just like all of a sudden, like when kids figure out they can run,
It's like you're one of the people, like the little kids who get glasses for the first time.
Whoa.
I'm used to just back flipping places. you have to backflip before you can run a little faster.
You can jump and then use your dash action to jump again. By the way, Jake, you should get Astrobot. I think Celia.
I probably will.
It is.
It looks fun.
Just good. It's just good. You're just playing a game and you're like, it's clever and it's good.
The first one was really good. I really enjoyed the first one.
I mean, especially if you know a lot of the PlayStation stuff, like there was a level like August doesn't get it, but you like are saving the little bots, and there's two that look like the princess and the main character from Shadow of the Colossus. And then the boss of that level, you have to climb like a Shadow of Colossus. I'm like, God, you're just clever, guys. You're just smart. And August doesn't get it at all, but I do. So it's like even just me watching him play, I can enjoy.
I just looked it up. Is there Parappa the Rapper in there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You save Parappa and Jamalami, which is something for Ryan. There's a character in our other D&D game who their character name is Jamalami. So.
If I put a fireball here, will that get all 3 people behind us?
Yes.
Okay. Fireballing right here, and I'm carving it around.
Carving around you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and it safely will only get that. It might. These are kind of stucco brickish buildings, so probably not a ton of collateral damage as long as you aim it a bit low, like into the ground, as far as lighting the roofs on fire.
What about the person on the wall over there?
No, they're well out. They're not on the wall. They're down on the ground on the other corner.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but you can get the 2 people behind you.
Okay.
Yeah, roll damage. I think this will kill them.
DC 17.
DC 17. Oh my lord. That's 7. That's a 7. That's 270. They both have 1 hit point left. I truly thought that was going to do them, but no, they are scorched and burning but still alive.
How many attacks of opportunity will I take if I move forward?
You will take 2.
2?
Because they're.
I guess I'm gonna.
No. Sorry, you'll only take 1.
Only take 1. Okay, I'm gonna run toward the darkness. Oh, not that.
Okay. You take 1 attack of opportunity. That's a 16 plus 4, 20.
20 definitely hits.
You take 3 points of piercing damage.
Okay, and I get to here.
Yep. Okay. Just as a reminder, because we don't do combat a ton, you do have shield.
Yes.
So I
I thought I did use it though with
both
3.
those.
3's not a lot.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine. I just know that we don't do combat all the time, so I just want to make sure it's not forgotten.
Yeah.
That brings it to spy number 2's turn. Spy number 2 is the one. Okay, spy number 2 is the one. It's going to take an attack on you, Felix. It's going to take 2 attacks on you. So the one, it's the one standing right behind you. That is a 14 and an 11. Do either of those hit?
Neither of those hit.
This thing has 1 hit point. It is running the fuck away. After both those attacks miss, you guys both have attacks of opportunity on it. As it is essentially on fire.
That's unfortunate.
Okay, let's. Yep. Just eviscerated. I like to think like Felix like dodges the attack and just like comes up into the thigh as
You like a low high? Yeah, but
I go high, you go low, and then as that takes him off his balance and is kind of like leaning back, Fell just splits him straight through the stomach. And once again, you notice that like the facade of a middle-aged human with a beard turns into that of a hobgoblin's face. Are still wearing though these clothes that you would know are very much of the Ogden Trust. So that's spy number 2's dead. Drow number 2.
So there's one more still behind us.
No, everyone behind you's gone.
Okay, so when I get an attack of opportunity, I can move up to half my movement immediately after the attack and is part of the same reaction.
Yeah, so you can go.
I will start my way.
Yep. So drow number 2. The only person that sees what's happening is Christopher. You watch as another drow kind of runs out of the darkness and picks up like pushes forward Ginra and them, so they're all the way like out to about here. Ginra and the 2 drow. So you can just barely see them running. So and they were just dashing. That's how they got that far. That leaves us to Felix.
Okay. So Christopher did yell they're taking Yinra, right?
Yes. You would make a perception check just because there was a bomb going off next to you. There was all of that was happening at the same time. So just roll a perception check to see how well you know. What in the world, dude?
How tall are is the building next to me?
You can easily make it up. It's 20 feet.
All right, I'm gonna climb the building.
Like it makes sense. You can follow the person that did the exact same thing you're about to do.
Right. So I'm gonna climb up the building biome. What's that? 10, 15. Where's the person up here on the building?
You cannot see them. You assume that they dropped over onto the other side of the building.
Okay, I am gonna go from here I'm gonna run to the other side. Where's the thing? Measure. It's 35 feet, which I can do here. And now I look down and I can see them.
Yes, you can see the two. There's two. It says drow, but it's just two cloaked, dustered figures, and then the lead captain.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna see how much you'll let me do here. I would like to jump down into the alley. I would like to cast enhance ability on myself to give me extra strength. Pick up Yinra and activate my Storm Rider boots to pick her up and take her up somewhere else.
I would say you can, because so Storm Rider Boots is a bonus action, and you cannot do all of those things. You can.
I'm pushing my luck a little bit.
You can definitely get down there and cast enhance ability on yourself. To have that ready for your next turn. And then I would say you'd still have your bonus action to dash, disengage, do something like that. I would say if you wanted to get right up on them, you would have to use your bonus action to dash.
That's fine.
You can prep the next. You can prep.
Yeah,
yourself.
so I'm gonna cast enhance ability and give myself extra strength. Okay. And I'm gonna jump down here.
And do you want to be behind them? Like you can get to anywhere. You can get out in front of them. I would just say you would know they are going to have a turn before you again, so they could continue.
That's fine. I'm gonna I want them to be in front of them, so they have to pass me essentially.
Yes. Yeah. Perfect. You're set up there. Hellhounds have Devil Sight.
Oh, can I do? Wait, no. You said I had to use dash. I was gonna tell Chris use the cheese to for the hounds.
So hound number 1 is just going to be barreling down the way. It has a movement speed of 50 feet. Suddenly, like next to you is this hound. The other one is going to stand pat and just blow. None of you see this. This is kind of a weird part of this. We need. How do you get the? I need the. There we are. Tone of. Carrick and Christopher roll a d20. Okay. Christopher, you feel something hit you in the back, and then you're like, huh? And you then are suddenly gouted. Make a dexterity saving throw. You cannot see this, so you don't get advantage. It is coming from the darkness.
Oh yeah.
Okay. You make the save, but you take 22 divided in half, 11 fire damage. As you just feel this like bump, and then a burst of flame hits you in the back, just singeing your backside. Almost as if you got breathed on with fire. So that's hound 1 and hound 2.
I'm taunting that I had a itch on my back, and that's
Christopher, or not? No, that's your turn.
Okay.
As your turn starts, you hear from around the corner the shout. Does anyone speak Undercommon?
I do.
You do. You hear a shout of "Leave none alive." You can relay that.
They think they're gonna kill us all.
Okay.
Trying to think here what the best.
Can I prompt again? Like, you got it. Like,
Yes, you can. It's not going to do anything, but yes, you may do that.
well, we will leave none alive. Don't you fret.
I think I will cast Dispel Magic on this mist.
Okay, it's gone.
Yeah, get fucks, mist.
So you fully know what's going on now.
Okay.
Or you don't fully know. You can move up your 30
What
feet.
do I see still in front of me? Anything, or is everything to the left now?
You see a single big old dog that almost like you still see like these little flames licking out of its face.
Okay, well, I'll just run up there and be like, yo, dog.
Yo, dog. I hear you like fire.
Do I have any bonus actions to stuff? No, I think that's it.
Okay, perfect. So now, yeah, everyone is able to see everything now. So that's pretty good right there. That's the Drow's turn. The Drow is the one that's holding Yinra. You're standing in front of them now, Felix. They're just gonna try to bypass you and get up ahead off of this screen, so you get an attack of opportunity on them.
When you attack with an attack of opportunity, do you have to use a melee weapon?
Like, what do you want to use? I guess I should ask.
It's like a Eldritch Blast or something else. I'm mostly curious.
To do that, you need if you have the Warcaster feat, you can cast a spell, but otherwise it's melee attack.
Okay, sick. Just curious. I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
All right, then I am going to go ahead and take an attack of opportunity.
16 for 4. That does hit, and this like you almost like catch this drow across its leg, and you can see it's definitely hurting to move now. Ooh. Okay. That is the drow though is off and out of the other side of the alley, leading almost straight towards like the central square of the Pentamarket, which is still even at this late hour kind of bustling. You can see that like there's a good like since this is kind of like business and recreation district, there's vendors with their little street carts making danger dogs, doing all that good fun food vendor stuff that you get when you come out of a bar in LA. And heading out into that corner. So they are, for all intents and purposes, off of this screen for now. But the that drow does not look, or not drow, the cloaked figure does not look good. That brings it to Christopher's turn.
So can I reach it? The
What is your movement?
40?
40. Nope, that's not what we need. Dashing, you'll be able to catch up, but unless you do something else, you're still just. You do know there's no behind you now.
Going 40, and then I'm doing my extended my.
You're gonna throw your hammer? Yes, you can do that.
Yep.
So yeah, make an attack roll.
And can I reckless this or no?
No, when you're throwing it, you can't reckless.
Yeah.
You can't recklessly shoot a gun. That sucks, dude. You missed. You threw it, and it just goes over the shoulder of it, and just like into like the light snow on a little sidewalk. You can pull it back though and do a second one.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, make your athletics check. Yep, you get it back. Oh, this has never happened. What world are we in?
The one in which you didn't create a map, my man.
Apparently, you're only good if I have maps.
I have some random barbarian feat that I'm good at maps, so makes sense.
Yes.
The Outlander or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, Outlander, you can memorize any map. So yeah, you throw your second one, and I would say like this one like latches itself around because it's a natural one, latches itself around like a gas lamp. They're like these magical gas lamps, and you cannot pull your hammer back. It's like stuck. You have to run up to it to get it back. I don't know. A lot of people say critical fumbles shouldn't exist, but I think they're funny. When you fail,
is that unless you have a huge table of critical fumbles, they get boring over time.
Yeah, no, I would just say you just make them up every time.
I know, but that's hard for a lot of people.
Yeah. True. I mean, a lot of times, sometimes it is funny. Sometimes you say, "Yeah, you stabbed yourself in the knee." They don't happen enough with this group to really matter. Unless it's skill checks. Skill checks, fine. Combat, no. That leaves it to this dead. Oh, yeah, that spy's dead.
And I just like call out the location.
Yeah, that they're heading towards the Pent Market, which would mean something to all of you.
Both hounds still alive?
Both hounds are still alive. There's the one in front of you and the one right next to Felix. So it is now the captain's turn. Who?
Where did he go?
Captain. Oh, sorry. They are.
That's the one by. Okay. Drow, two hound. Got it.
No wait, Drow 2 is next to me.
Yes, and then there's Drow.
Oh, the captain went up and over and dropped down.
Yes.
Got it.
Okay, what can this guy do? What can this guy do? Okay. Seeing they are going to start moving, but as they're moving, they pull out this small hand crossbow. And as you see them whip a bolt out, they dip it into something behind their coat, and they are going to shoot at Christopher after seeing the giant hammer somehow miss twice. And that is going to be a... 17 to hit.
Yep.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, that's what I'm good at. Nice.
Okay, you save. Let's check.
All I've wanted to do is hit somebody, and I have not. Okay.
Too busy trying to figure out how to dash and disengage.
My feet are moving. That's weird.
Okay. It's going to take its one other shot at you again, Christopher. So yeah, you took. Oh, sorry, you were supposed to take damage. You took 6 points of damage, reduced to 3. Its second shot hits you. That's a 19 to hit.
Yep.
Well, actually, it's a 21 to hit. Roll another Constitution saving throw.
I bragged about it, so this is going to be bad. All right.
Nope. You are just fine. You are not poisoned and knocked unconscious.
That's good. I have my thing with advantage on poison stuff though. So.
Oh, you do actually. So you would both those would have had advantage. So it doesn't totally matter. It is going to use its prodigious amount of movement, and it runs past you. Not quite catching up to its friend, but it is definitely running past you. You do get an attack of opportunity, Christopher. You can take one with your hand because you don't have a hammer.
My hand?
Yeah, you can try and punch him, but you just have no weapon.
Oh.
Because your hammer is wrapped around a light post.
I reach out for one of my short swords that I have excessively amounts of.
I make a dexterity check to see how quickly you can draw this short sword.
Yeah, motherfucker. Short sword in the face.
Okay, short sword. Roll a short sword attack. Finally, that does hit the dude. Okay, where did my paper go? There it is. Okay, yeah, you catch him in the back of the neck, and but they keep going, or she, I should say.
Okay, so how does my spirit guardians work? Can I follow them?
So what is this? What ability is this?
I'm raging. Now my spirit guardians are attached to the first thing I attacked and connected with.
First thing that you hit.
I think so. Let's see. Where is that?
So many abilities.
Ancestral protectors. The first creature you hit with an attack on your turn becomes a target of the warriors, which hinders its attacks.
So it has disadvantage on its attacks.
Yeah. So are they like following it? Can I follow them, or are they just on their own thing?
They're kind of on their own in this regard, just harrying it, kind of like pointing its vision for attacks towards you. Or if it's not against you, or will interpose themselves.
Okay.
I don't think there's anything that says I can follow.
Okay. Just trying to play the game. Play it. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Carrick, your turn.
Okay. So I run to, here-ish.
Yep. You'll take an attack of opportunity from the dog.
which is where, right here?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. It's a hit.
Okay.
I assume a 21 hits you.
Yeah, it does.
Okay. 10 points of damage. What? 5 of that being fire damage, if that matters to you.
Okay. I don't think it does matter to me. And then now where I'm at the moment, how far away are the people running away with Gendra?
They are they're about 90 feet away from you.
80 feet.
No. 85 feet.
Okay. And is it similar to what we're seeing now? They're like in an alley between buildings.
They have entered to the main square of the Pentamarket where there are people and things.
Oh, really? So they are no longer, so they are like out in the open with innocents and all that?
They are not all the way out there, but pretty like there is collateral damage at this point.
Are they 2 other people or are they almost 2 other people?
They are 2 other people. They are running by a guy selling hot dogs. With 2 drunkards buying them. There are 3 people right next to them.
3 people? Okay.
You can hit us. Like we're good to get hit. I'll take it. Yeah. Like
I'm gonna cast Gravity Sinkhole about 20 feet back from them, just on the edge. So it sounds like I can sculpt it around a few people. So the innocents I can see that far away, they're right next to them. I'll try, but
and it's a 20-foot
decide
radius.
if that's possible.
Wait. If you get me in there, right? You pull me towards it.
Yeah, I do, but
good.
then also
I've got hit points, so I'll take the hit points for a boost forward.
It's a 20-foot radius sphere. If I do that, does it get him as well?
You can maneuver it to where he would be right on the edge, and it would hit all 3 people. This poor hot dog cart's taking a hit.
The hot dog cart, yeah, the cart's probably gonna be destroyed. That's okay.
Okay. So you sculpted around everyone but the 2 that are fleeing, and
apparently
Christopher is taking the hit.
I'll take the
taking the hit.
Christopher, I will allow you to
propel you
to fail the save. You have to before he rolls damage. You have to choose. Do you choose to fail this save to be pulled?
Oh fuck yeah!
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, and the save is
absolutely no way. No matter what, one of them dies.
Yeah. So DC 17 Constitution saving throw.
And they both take. So you sculpted around Yinra and the 3 people.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll a d20. Let's see if the hot dog cart hits anybody. Only the bad guys, because they failed.
A nat 1.
The hot dog the hot dog hits you. The hot dog cart. Make a dexterity saving throw, Felix. As a hot dog cart shoots towards you. You're fine. You jump over it as it skids to a halt. Okay, so that's 20 damage. The one carrying Yenra is lurched back. I would say since Yenra is excluded, she does not get pulled backwards.
Yeah.
But the sinkhole definitely hits the other two. So now the captain is only about 20-25 feet away from you guys. And the drow is dead as hell. Shit, dudes. Oh no, that drow's not dead. Sorry, there's a drow before you, Felix. This drow's dead. It's add turn. Okay. Yeah, but everyone's kind of still in. Everyone's closer to you now because they get what pulled back 20 feet or to the center of the hole.
The center of the sphere.
Yeah, so 20 feet, pretty much from everyone.
Yeah.
We did. Nobody good took damage, right?
Except you.
Nobody good took damage. You did take damage, and you are now standing right next to the captain.
Yeah, you took. If you took damage willingly, you took 20 force damage.
And you are standing right next to the captain. However, your hammer is still wrapped around a. You have like one hand holding a hammer that's you're chained to a light post, and then you have a short sword in your other hand. So, that gives it the other drow's turn. Which, after seeing this magic, and I'm sorry that they are a one-trick pony, everything around you bubbles into a sphere of darkness. Christopher, you are not on this map anymore. We'll draw the map afterwards. Carrick and Felix, you are both enveloped in darkness. You would be able to feel the drow start to run away, so you can take a...
So, can I use a reaction to counterspell this?
Yes, you 100% can. It's counterspell. There's no darkness.
Okay.
Yes.
I
generally don't like counterspell, but like in this instance, like thank God.
What? Well, because counterspell just nukes an entire turn.
It's not even that. It's more that like it nukes this darkness, which I absolutely hate, and I know why you do it.
You wouldn't like counterspell in general.
Oh yeah, yes, exactly.
Nothing is worse than having a 9th level spell. Like it's a joke is that no mage has ever gotten off a 9th level spell because it is immediately counterspelled by 4 people.
Yeah.
Except for Meteor Swarm, because you can cast
it high
it
enough,
from
then it's not
away.
an automatic.
Yeah.
Counterspell isn't automatic if it's above 3rd level.
Yeah, and darkness is a 2nd level spell, I think.
Yeah.
So, well, the drow is still going to try and run by you, Felix. So you've already taken your attack of opportunity on the other one.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, you're right.
So he's just dashing and like weaving around and gets up to Yenra, just barely enough to pick her up, and is going to start moving. Not this turn, but next turn. Nope, can't even get to her. This drow ends up like right next to, just off to the other side of you, Christopher, from the captain. So, that's Felix's turn. Or now it's Felix's turn.
Okay. I'm gonna run to. How far is Yenya from where I am?
I don't know exactly, but you can get to her.
Okay. I'm gonna run to Yinra. I've activated my enhance ability, which gives me double my carrying capacity.
Yep.
I'm gonna pick her up.
And it gives you advantage on your strength checks, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick her up and I'm gonna activate my Storm Rider boots to go to the highest point within 90 feet. Yes, sir.
Okay. There's probably from what you could get to would be about probably about a 2.5, 3-story building, so probably 20 feet up in the air. You almost like just have to go backwards because going for any other direction is going out into the square. So you go backwards.
Wherever makes sense. I just want to get to a point of relative safety with her.
Yeah, you are up 2 stories. She is unconscious as hell. And but you are standing on top of a roof with her. You are still in sight, like just how you would have had to get to the roof.
Where does that leave me action wise? I just want to know. I'm just curious.
That's everything. That would have been your action, bonus action, and
that's what I figured. I just wanted to make sure.
Action to move, action to dash, bonus action to use the boots.
Okay.
So
perfect.
You're up safe. Up safe there. That brings it to Hound number 2's turn. Hound number 2 is going to look at you, Thel, and go, woof, and bite you. It's going to bite you. They can only attack once. Or first, let's see if it recharges its breath. It does not. Oh my goodness, something hit Thel. Does a 24 hit your armor class?
It does. I actually have my armor toggled off because I wouldn't have had it in a bar probably on, so.
You don't think you would have gone with your armor to this situation?
We knew we were meeting Yenra? Yeah, I probably would have.
Knew you were meeting Yenra.
It's still 21. Still hits anyway. But.
So that's 1d8.
I love how I've just every way I can finagle a higher armor class. I've done it along the years. 21 is wild.
You could not use a greatsword and have a shield and be at 23.
Ideas.
You can trade in your big sword, do less damage, but never be hit. That's at 8 points of damage, of piercing damage, and then 9 points of fire damage, as this dog weirdly has a fiery mouth. That brings it to the other hound's turn, who is just going to run up. It can run up. It's going to attack you, Christopher, because you're attacking the... oh my goodness. The leader does a 10 plus 5. Does a 15 hit your armor class?
Nope.
Oh, sorry. It has advantage on this. Yep. Ooh, that was cocked. That was almost 20. That is 17 to hit.
Yep.
Okay. You take 8 points of fire damage and then 2 points of piercing damage. That's already reduced by half. So total.
Just a little.
Just a total of 10 damage.
A little animal handling. Just like, no, don't do that.
I guess I also should have seen if it recharged its breath weapon. It didn't. That's your turn, Thel.
Die, you devil dog.
Yeah, that definitely hits. It looks not great. 22, 22 plus 11 is 32. 32 plus 6. I would say it is very close to dying. If you pumped a Divine Smite in it, you could one round this thing. That's up to you. It's dead. you you carve this poor mastiff in half, and as you reach around and cut off like its front leg up to its head, you watch as the skin goes from fur to almost like a black leathery material, and the back the haunches go down. It looks almost hyena-ish, and you would recognize this as a hellhound, who then like as its body hits the ground like bursts into flames and almost immediately turns to ash. Is dead.
All right, then I just run that way, I guess.
Yeah, technically you actually did more damage than that because it is a devil or a fiend.
Oh yeah.
Roll one more d8 just to see how much you killed this thing.
Oh.
You were carving through it and felt bad that it was a dog. But that's that. Christopher, you are standing right next to the other hound and the here. Since this is all cleared off, I can draw the other part of this map. Oh. So now you're in something more like, it's a bit bigger than this, but we'll 1, 2, 3. That's not how a pentagon works. Kind of like that. You're coming out of this area, or coming out like a little side alley. These are the main thoroughfares through. Carrick, you are up here with Yinra. You're about here. You're about here. Christopher, you are up here. And then there is the captain and the hound. Oh, wait. You two are actually over or here. Okay. That's about the situation we're in, roughly.
Okay, Yinra's safe, right? Ish. Unconscious, but
yeah. Last you saw, Yenra was shot up onto a roof with Felix.
Okay.
You can try to pull your hammer back, but the DC is much higher because it is wrapped around a light post. So
I'm gonna just jump up. I'm gonna jump up and protect Yinra too. I'll take the attacks opportunity and
just to go play protection.
Yep, flame protection.
Uh-oh. What just happened?
What?
The app crashed.
Uh-oh.
Yes, of course you can do that. I mean, you are still kind of strapped to your hammer. You would probably need to pull your hammer off. You are essentially tethered to this light post right now.
Mm-hmm.
So roll an athletics check. Oh! You jump and are immediately pulled back to the ground. I will say, however, this does untether you, but your turn. You have no other action once you get up there. You would have to use your action to jump again.
Can I just react? Like, can I just defend anything coming for Yinra? Or
Where you are?
what's
You
that?
can roll, like,
Am I down here?
yeah, you tried to use your movement to jump up, failed. So you still have your action. You are no longer tethered, so you still have your action and bonus action. But yeah, you can prepare your action to defend.
Yeah, I'm just. Can I move up or no?
You can get back up there, but that is your action.
Yeah, that.
Yeah. You get up and just kind of stand above and protecting Felix and Yenra. Okay, that is the captain's turn. The captain, realizing that they are in dire straits, is going to one more time use its ability to cast darkness, point at the hound and nod to it, and you can no longer see the captain, who then does moves and
Can I counterspell that too?
have you had your turn since your no, you have not had your turn since your last counterspell.
Oh, so I cannot.
Nope. And I think it would be just too far away. But that is the end of its turn. You can no longer see it. Of course, the Y vector is just the worst. That is then Carrick's turn. There's just a dome of darkness, but this is just like free floating in there. This isn't like blocking, like you can see all the way around it pretty much, but there's just the dome of darkness.
But they are in this dome of darkness.
Last you know, there's a dog and the captain in that dome of darkness.
Yay. I am going to dispel magic on the darkness.
Okie dokie. The darkness is gone. You know the dog is still there, but you do not see the captain. Make a perception check as this happens. So do you see at that, like, as the darkness dissipates, just barely glance and see a grate close that seems to be in the middle of the square that surrounds kind of like this fountain. There's a grate in the ground.
Okay, I yell, went down the grate.
Point where you would imagine it's going off into the sewers. And Drow's dead. That brings it to your turn, Felix, but I think we're kind of, this hound is Like, what are you going to do? Because we're kind of wrapping up here to the next part of this, and it's a good stopping point. It's essentially, is this hound going to get one more attack on anything? You're muted.
I am only worried about making sure that Yinro's was protected and didn't get taken. So if that means that I have to kill the hound, I'll try to
from
kill
where
it.
you are, you can take your attack on the hound.
Okay, sure. I'll Eldritch Blast it.
Yeah, so roll 3. Do you get 3 now because you're level 11? Or is it still just 2?
I can't remember.
I can't remember either. Yeah, you get 3 beams of Eldritch Blast.
Okay, so just roll 1.
Hit.
Roll 2, Jesus.
Hit. Okay, that one doesn't hit. You're like, get. Your heart's just not in it. Shooing the dog off with these little blasts. But it does, it takes those damage. It is going to take. See if it recharges its breath. It doesn't. This thing is just going to start booking it. Like, just out, just away. So, for all intents and purposes, Thel, if you want to try to chase it down, but it's well outside of your range, it's just running off into the streets.
Which direction? Straight or what?
Like, probably you were coming out of the northeast. This is probably just heading straight south. After all this commotion, you do notice guards starting to run into the area. We're out of initiative. I'm just going to clear it off. This is the last turn.
I could. Theoretically, am I within 90-ish feet?
If you use your movement, you could be within 90-ish feet.
Because I could dash for 60, and then I could Misty Step 30 more on the end of that.
And just stop in front of it. Yeah, if you do all of that, you stop in front of this thing like a boss, and it's just like the other one. Within seconds, you're able to carve it down.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you use your Misty Step, then yeah, you can definitely get to it.
Yeah.
And the next turn, it's dead. Especially some guards coming up to stab it. And I think that's where we will end. With
Are there any bodies around us, or did everything like disintegrate?
No, the all of the people that you killed seem to have reverted to their previous form. The Hellhounds disintegrate because they're not of this world.
I guess what I'm getting at are any of the bodies within 60 feet of me?
Yes. There
I would like to use
there
Dance
are 2.
Macabre. I want to use Dance Macabre, and I want to send the zombies after the guy that went down the grate.
Okay. Just to let you know, you are in a populated city with guards. There may be repercussions to doing this.
Because they don't like necromancy? Is that why?
Necromancy is relatively frowned upon.
I don't know.
Relatively what?
Frowned upon.
I don't know, Mr. Ossifer, where these zombies came from. They just were attacking us.
Yeah. I mean, like, I hear what you're saying, but I'm also not sure that Eric would think twice. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, the zombies start shambling over to this grate, and I'll say at this point, the guards are all kind of like looking around, and they see the zombies, but they see the zombies lifting up the grate. And make a... There's no check here. What check? This is just happening, and
Hey,
we'll
Mark,
resolve
that's
this
Signature
later.
here. Sorry, I missed that. We were
they're
between my
opening up the
turns,
grate
so I was a little zoned
as you
out.
do this, but they are zombies.
But no, I
so
appreciate
they
you stopping by.
aren't
Thanks,
the
man.
most coordinated. They can run and hit things, but so yeah, they're opening the grate. The guards are going, "What the fuck happened?" There's dead things in multiple places that are hobgoblin and drow. They are a bit out of their depth and think that there was just an incursion from the war going on. But we can start there with whatever you guys want to do. The captain definitely went down into the sewers. You have 2 zombies trying to track it down, but Yenra's safe. And good job. Y'all took a fair amount of damage from all of these very low. It's not about how hard the creature is, I found. It's about how many of them there are. And you guys hate magical darkness.
That's news to you. I'm shocked.
No, it is a very good trend.
It is a very annoying